My beautiful stars, reading time. So we're going to do a counterpart check-in. We'll see where it goes. I was wanting to really see where you guys are right now on your path, but let's just let the reading lead the way. But first I want to tap into main collective. We might start with feminine energy. All right. The feminine collective. Feminine. And also when I do divine feminine, divine masculine, if you're resonating more with the masculine energy, don't fret. It's wherever you're leading more towards as you're watching this, okay? But first card for feminine energy, we've got distance. So going over the distance right now. Emotional, physical. Okay, we've got incoming communication. Activated. Maybe you're going through another layer at the moment. You could feel either, whenever another activation is taking place, and I always say this, you don't just have one activation, you progressively increase with your abilities, your emotion, your shadow work. But sometimes when you're going through another activation, you can actually feel quite stuck. You can feel quite blocked, especially intuitively. Maybe you can really feel there's a shift right now in your soul. You are going over a ghosting. So for the right collective, last time you spoke to this person, either you didn't get a response or it was very kind of blasé. I'm seeing my olive branch again. So I think my olive branch. So this main collective, I feel you have, really put your cards on the table, the last point of communication, and it definitely didn't go to plan. Maybe this person didn't really receive your message in the right way, but I will confirm with the connecting energy, especially if you didn't hear from them. Okay, mirroring, home, window to the soul, and then you've got passion. So there's an intensity over the feminine collective currently. We had portal energy last night. In other countries it's portal day today, 4th of the 4th, but the 3rd we had a lot of transition, especially with Venus. So it doesn't surprise me if this person's emotion is a little bit, or the feeling of them is a little bit overwhelming right now. I think the right collective, it's not that you're mirroring, but I think this is more you have hopes, especially these two together, that you have hopes or question, does this person see me like I see them? You clearly still view this person as your home, the key to your heart. I definitely feel there's an intensity over the right collective currently. Maybe you're going through nostalgia as well, and not just with this person, but at that chapter of your life. Like whatever you were doing when you were aligned with this person, maybe you've been reflecting on, let it be, you lived in a different area or you had a different job. I feel this collective, you're going over a lot of nostalgia, not just with them. And another thing, we've just closed out a 14-year cycle with Neptune's transition. So maybe 2011, there's a lot of things coming up from that time period as well. And you're not knowing why. But I feel when we close out a cycle, we really do backtrack a lot and reactivate a lot of memories. So if you've just closed out a powerful karmic cycle, and I've had a lot of collectives here over the past couple weeks closing out a cycle and starting a new one. And again, they're not easy emotionally. Sometimes it's hard when we're going through nostalgia, especially on this healing journey, because you can go back to memories of maybe a version of yourself you weren't the most proud of, or, maybe certain relationships, not just love relationships, but personal relationships, maybe that you didn't treat the best. I just feel a little bit, I don't want to say an overwhelm, but there's definitely heaviness in the mind for the right collective. Distance. Cleanse and clear. Even though this is coming over you, why do I feel this collective, you have a little bit of doubt? I think you're at a mode which is making me feel this could be a little bit of a longer time apart. It's just not making sense to you. I think you're trying to believe in your journey, but the distance here for your logical side of the brain, your left side of the brain, maybe you're feeling a little bit foolish for still holding a space in your heart, especially because you're going over the ghosting here. Like, the more I'm seeing this collective, it's like you're holding on to the details of why this shouldn't work or why this won't work. And it's funny, I did a reading a few days ago, I don't remember what it was called over here, and I was saying the collective I was tapping into, you could have really resonated with that collective, because it's coming to my mind. When you guys are in your belief and you're in your stillness and you're full of gratitude and you're just taking day by day and you're not ruminating on the time, the ghosting, the this, the that, you actually feel centered and in peace. But when you're holding on, and I always say our body gives us our biggest signs, our emotion is our compass in life, right? So the universe is trying to show you, when you're in stillness and you've surrendered to the things that have happened in the 3D, and I get it, we're in the human experience, it's hard, but this is the journey of the divines to break free from those shackles of the 3D, the conformation that we are all trapped in. But when you are more just in your belief and your surrender, and again, that gratitude, the appreciation of life, you feel a lot more centered. Right now, this collective, going over the little nitty-gritties, yes, your mind's being activated to clear out certain things, but you just don't want to sit in the negativity, from what I can see, because it's not removing it. If anything, it's intensifying it, and you're putting yourself down. It's the negative self-talk all the time. Oh, but they ghosted me. Oh, if they cared, they would. That would send anyone crazy. Incoming communication. Maybe you also really thought that you would have heard from this by now. I find this stirs up a lot in the divine community. Whenever we are having Mercury retrogrades or all of these alignments, it's like you guys, you get disappointed when they don't reach out, and you shouldn't, okay? Normally, and not all the time, it depends on the conjunctions and stuff, but with retrogrades, Mercury retrogrades, it's a lot to do with clearing out communication issues and clearing out karmic cycles. So don't be disheartened if you haven't heard from them through this retrograde, okay? It's a reason I said that. So this incoming communication, holding on to hopes, is also, yeah, causing chaos. It's causing a storm in your soul. Wanting this forgiveness, wanting this apology. I always say this, when it comes to, the community calls them manifestations, I call them glowing threads. When you are wanting to achieve something, or when you are wanting to call something in, you have to be living as if you've already received it, especially in the mind. If there's a lot of agony and, oh, will this come? It's the heaviness. And people that are activated to the universal frequency, your projection is so powerful. And when you're holding on to the loneliness or the grieving or feeling like you're crazy, this is what you're just going to keep creating in your reality. As silly as that sounds, it's the truth. So your focus, this collective, when it comes to hearing from this person, it's creating a storm. So they're going to keep making you walk through that storm till you surrender your expectation. And also, let's go back to this deviation about ghosting. Maybe you're going over how you felt last time you spoke to this person. Like I said, I feel there was an olive branch granted and you either got ghosted or it didn't go the way that you expected. Okay. And if you would put out an olive branch and just tried to clear the slate, like your intention was, I just want to offer this person forgiveness for what's been done and I just want to heal this space here. Like if it was coming from a very authentic place, you wouldn't have had an expectation of a reply. Okay, there's a reason I'm saying this. Different story if you reached out and you were trying to get back with this person, but I feel it was more of a maybe you apologize for some of your behavior or whatever it was. I feel this collective, it was more leaning towards you were releasing the negative energy of what had been done in the past. Okay. And also side note, for some of you, because I'm hearing it, maybe I don't feel there's communication here, but it's coming to my mind. For some of you, maybe you did get communication and it didn't go to plan, okay? It ended up being a hurricane. And again, if it did come through in Mercury retrograde, what were the lessons you learned from it? What were you feeling through this point? What did it reactivate? Did you deal with it the exact same way? I always say, true divines, you get stuck on a layer until you really heal that layer. So if you just repeated the exact same cycle and pattern, maybe that's something you need to reflect on as well. Especially did come through this retrograde, they're wanting to review a karmic energy, shadow connected to the way you guys communicate with one another, especially if the way you guys communicated always ends up in this storm, this hurricane. Activated. Oh wow. See, for the feminines, there's a lot of negativity we're holding on to. You've got the betrayal, the deceit, the lies, the secrets, and again the deviation about reflecting and going through ruminating, nostalgia. You could be reflecting, like I said, on some of your past behaviors with certain connections that have been tied to you, and again, not just love, but I do also think you're holding on to how you feel deceived by this person or betrayed. Maybe certain lies have come to the surface, which is also adding to that kind of I feel foolish, I feel gullible energy. Ghosted. About destiny. And I do have to say this, sometimes those moments we don't understand why it's happening, but every puzzle piece is important. And if you did reach out and you know, put your heart on the table or you apologize, whatever the case may be, and it didn't go to plan, that puzzle piece was meant to be put into place. Okay, maybe it's something that they needed to turn back to when their life was in chaos or going through some form of destruction. There's a reason for everything, and the universe is saying, I know this is your emotion, but I think this is more universal, saying trust. Might not have made sense in the moment, but it was a fire you needed to walk through once again. Let it be the codependence on the reply or the expectation that by you sending this would start, you know, building that foundation again. There was a lesson that needed to be learnt here. I always say your true divine, they're meant to trigger your soul's growth and really rip away those layers that have been holding you back through trauma. And if abandonment's one of your biggest things, unfortunately, you guys have to walk through that fire a lot. True divines, the amount of times you feel abandoned by this person, it's actually for your benefit, okay? Because they burn you to learn. You finally start to heal out that chasing energy, that anxiety, that expectation, that feeling like someone in your life is going to complete you and make you the happiest person in the world. As painful as this journey is, they truly do grow you, because they constantly provide the fire. And this is also why I say, when your person comes to the table and you're so quick to respond and you're quick to just be like, oh, like you're not providing them the lessons, they're providing you. You're excusing their BS, you're excusing their trauma, so you're not burning them to learn. And the more you excuse their bad behavior, the longer and more sporadic your communication goes, because the universe sees you're not providing this person their lessons, you're making them worse, okay, by constantly excusing their BS. So, unfortunately, the universe will align them with people that will start teaching them those lessons. I always say, divines, you're meant to teach different lessons to karmics. But if you guys are just melting like butter every time they come through, thinking that's going to help, that's going to make them stay if you're extremely nice, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're prolonging the healing journey for them. Just how they activated you through pain, they need to feel pain from you as well. It's a hard layer to get through, because you guys, when you have that longing veil, you just think, I just have to excuse it, they're my divine. But I always say this journey comes with you seeing yourself first, until you have that self-respect and appreciation and truly understand what you deserve in life. People that excuse this behavior, you don't see yourself, you don't see your greatness. You excuse it because you don't love yourself enough. And I know that might be hard to hear, but it's the truth. It all comes from internal insecurities. So the quicker you can rip off the band-aid and just really surrender to your red thread, the easier the journey gets. This is why I always say to you guys, when it comes to, everyone should know what their true needs and wants are in life, in relationships and in life. If you were someone, and I give this example all the time, if you don't know yourself and what you need out of love to feel fulfilled and not that love completes you, but to feel fulfilled, to feel safe, and to be able to let your walls down, a relationship that doesn't riddle you with anxiety. Like, if you don't know what you really need out of a spouse, consistency, dependability, loyalty, trust, someone that's sensitive, someone, like, whatever your list is to make you feel safe around someone, if you don't know those things, it's so easy to get blinded by attraction and spark. When you first meet someone and that love bubble is starting to create, you guys can get really easily blinded by love, and the universe will give you examples straight off the bat if this person aligns with you. But when you're falling into the devil energy of lust and attraction, even though they're giving you the warning signs, just example, say you just start dating someone and they tend to be a bit flaky or not consistent with communication, they're showing you straight off the bat through the anxiety you get, this doesn't align with you, this is progressively going to get worse. But at the start, because you're blinded by the lust, the attraction, you're like, no, just be on my best behavior, I'm not going to react to that, I don't want to feel needy, I don't want to feel this, but it's going against your grain. If you're a dependable, consistent person, you need that in love. It's so important everyone understands what really is going to fulfill them and make them feel safe, because when you get presented situations that go against that, you stand up for yourself. This doesn't align with me, doesn't align with my values. I want a life partner. I want someone to grow old with. I don't just want to have a season with someone. Important deviation for this collective. Okay, maybe you're questioning if they've moved on as well. This is underneath home. Do they love someone like they used to love me? Are they giving their love to someone else? And I think you do also question, will we ever have this new and improved love that I've envisioned in my mind? Will I get will I get those butterflies back? And you could also be questioning about yourself. Will I find someone else I can love like this? Was this all in my mind? Okay. And I have to say this, I keep going back to this row, this communication, forgiveness, chaos. I'm also feeling feminine, collective, and remember, don't just fit yourself in a category until you hear both, because if you guys are really mirroring, you would be finding yourself in both of these energies if you're balancing out your yin and yang. Just remember that is the reason I'm saying this. But also, there could be you want to reach out as well, but you're just worried about a storm, especially if there was a ghosting last time. Okay. But I do feel the feminines, it's not just activated through betrayal from someone else, but betrayal that you've maybe inflicted as well, okay? Like I said, the 14-year cycle doesn't have to be with this person, but maybe, again, there's certain people you have regret for treating a certain way, okay? Mirroring. Clearing and healing still. You know it. You know there's clearing and healing that's being done. But again, I think it's the questioning, are they really going through this? Which means the right collective I'm tapping into, you clearly haven't seen any change in this person. Okay. I don't think you guys have had or gotten to a deep enough level since whatever distance was created to really see their change. So of course you would be questioning, because true divines, you ascend together. Yes, they're a little bit behind, but they ascend like you ascend. Okay, remember, as your frequency changes, you're pulling them up. Oh, we just lost that part. Twin Flames came out, your lucky last card, and I was talking about the transition from twins to divines. Sorry, I record on Snapchat, and then these cards came out. I was just asking for everything happens for a reason. That George Michael song came to my mind. I will be the one who loves you till the end of time. You know, that came to my mind when the Twinny card came out. Okay. So we've got the squirrel. We've got stalemate. This is the feminine's focus. From the universe. Okay, tornado. Perfect! And I always say, and this is why you'd be going through nostalgia, they're trying to grant you a judgment energy, clear and purge. So of course you'd be reliving this, but you just have to try and not hold on to the negativity and trust that this happened, that fire happened for a reason, to find your best self, ducks. Okay, so right now, maybe you, just side note, maybe you're really focusing on saving. Maybe you are wanting to, invest in something, but this is also, the squirrel's also quite frugal and he's about saving. I'm just seeing a little squirrel gathering his nuts. But maybe you're going through a deep cleanse as well. This card is about hoarding. So maybe and I find this a lot, actually. It's coming to my mind just before you guys go through a very pivotal shift in your life, especially coming into union. You guys, you know how Mama Bear's nest? You guys do this in your home. You completely cull out the old clothes, kitchenware, like tuppery. Is that what it's called? What's it called? You know what I'm talking about. Buying new furniture, getting rid of old furniture. You guys it's like you just instinctively have a purge of the old to make room for the new. A lot of you guys will end up moving as well to a completely new home. Another good little sign is you could be shopping and all of a sudden from when you were with this person, you're noticing it's like you're putting the food or the drinks that they used to like, especially if you don't eat that stuff anymore, drink. And I know that sounds really silly, but it's like subconsciously you're preparing for their return. Okay, buying another toothbrush, like little things like this, and you don't even realize you're doing it in the moment. It's not like you're doing it and thinking, oh, they're coming. Some of you do actually, but it's more you will either do that and then you get home and then you're like, hold on, why did I get this stuff? It's like that. It all happens for a reason. Okay, but subconsciously it's like you're preparing for their return. Okay. And even as well, I always say scent. This is coming to my mind for a reason. This could have just happened to you guys, but scent, I find, is like music. It can really activate nostalgia. And a lot of you guys, when you go through separation, say the cologne or, you know, the perfume or the, you know, deodorant or the body wash that they used to use, you just stay clear of. It's like you don't want to smell them anymore. But then again, coming when you're preparing subconsciously for their return, you start buying the same scents again as well. It's like you're not scared of that. Not scared, but you guys try and avoid certain things like the plague when you first separate, because it activates so much emotion, but you start to welcome that emotion again. Or even let it be certain songs that you wouldn't be able to listen to at the start of your separation because it would just feel like 1,000 daggers in your soul. You start listening to those things with ease, and the memories that come up actually make you smile and activate beautiful nostalgia. There's a reason I'm giving these examples. It's important for the right collective. Okay, but back to this. So I think the universe is trying to just let you know, and I always say readings find you for a far greater reason. You could be really activating and sitting in this, no, they're standoffish, there's no compromise here, I'm blocked in this person's energy, whatever the case. Feeling this storm brewing, torn up, unexpected, there's a reason you're going through it. It's actually to deepen your bonds and reawaken lost hope. Might not feel like it in the moment. It might not feel like it currently. But once you walk through this fire, this tornado, you're going to go through a transformation with this energy. A positive release and surrender. Okay? Rebirth, cleaning the slate. These fundamental memories, I'm going to say, have to come up right now. Okay? But coming out on the other side of your judgment, a reawakening, deeply committed, uncommon bonds, manifesting your deepest desires. And there's a reason we quickly drifted into, you want a certain glowing thread manifestation to come in. You need to sit as if you're already living in it, right? They need to purge this out of you. They don't want you to feel sadness or silliness over this anymore. They're just wanting you to remember who you've become because of this. Them returning or not, they want you to have belief in your transformation and who you've become and who you are becoming. Okay, progression or journey. And the sad thing is, for the right collective, whenever this stirs up, we go straight back into negative, instead of realizing if they return or not, how fortunate am I to have experienced an intense transformative love like this in this lifetime. I'm truly lucky. Without this, I would not be who I am today. Where this collective, you still fall too much on the left side of the brain. Okay, the feminine energy. Secrets. Standing alone. You need to stand alone right now. You need to stand alone right now. And there's something about your programming that is shifting. It doesn't feel like it right now, but it is. Okay. Standing alone, guidance. Maybe you're really starting to, and I find this as well, like I said, we go through many activations. Maybe you're really starting to, especially with how the world's changing. I don't like to get into politics, but you all know my stance on Mr. Man. But maybe you guys are starting to really reflect on the hierarchy, the institutions, our governments, and how the world is really changing as well. But they're trying to rip through your ego when it comes to this miscommunication, okay? They're trying to prepare you for anything. They're trying to really get you to sit firm in your independence, not in your loneliness, okay? It's that transition. Standoff, non-committal, holding out, delay tactics, refusing to compromise. Stallion, have more confidence. Remember who you are. Remember the depth of your love story. 64, my favorite angel number. Break free from this stalemate, break free from this is blocked, they're refusing to compromise, they're this or that, you know, deviation for a reason. You don't know our Creator's plan for you. You might think you know everything that's coming. You've got no idea. Just because you might be on your mission work and your path, you don't know what your next door is, right? Remember, they know your timeline. What if your next door that opens needs your full commitment and unwavering attention? What if they know through your energy you're still someone that when you're in love, that person becomes your be-all and end-all, and you lose motivation for your daily tasks? You can get wrapped up in the whirlwind of romance. You might not think you're like that anymore, but clearly there's a reason this is still on pause. I always say your mission is what matters in this world, right? How you put your thumbprint on this world is what matters. This divine journey, it's meant to create change, not just for yourself, but the world around you, right? So if you are someone that hasn't had love tests, so you don't know if love still completely consumes you, where I can see tapping into this collective, when the overwhelm of love comes up, it still consumes you. So imagine if this person was in your physical. Imagine if you had a tornado in the physical. Imagine if they came back for a couple months and it started to fall apart again. Would that completely shatter your soul into 1,000 pieces? Would you want to give up on your journey? Like, these are the questions you need to ask yourself. And again, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. The right collective, you would have had moments of thinking about this over the past couple weeks. If I ever had to go through this again, I think it would destroy me. The universe is protecting you. Truly protecting you. I always say things come full circle when it's not going to make your trauma worse. I see this in the divine community so much. You're so 3D and you blame the separation for their betrayal, their deceit, their avoidance, their lies. It's you guys, believe it or not. Whoever starts their birthright, their mission work first, you're the one in charge of the timeline, because you're the one pulling up the thread. It's you that holds the key to your union date through decisions. So the more you fixate on these little things, and I say this all the time, just focus on your healing and what you're doing for this world. That's all that matters. If you have that focus, through time, true surrender does come. But this collective, if the universe is still holding this cycle back, you're too dependent. You'll get thrown off your path. You might not have completely healed your codependence and abandonment. You don't know. They do. They read you through energy. Okay? You need to trust. If every time they activate this nostalgia and you keep falling back to this, you're showing them you're not ready. Okay? They ignite that emotion, they trigger that emotion through nostalgia, ruminating, whatever it is, for a reason. You just need to see it a little bit differently. There, this tornado. So again, the fox behavior, sleight of hand. This is the person in the dark. Are they creeping? Will this change? Will we find a solution through this? Do I need to pay attention? What's going on right now? So, such a programmed outlook which you've been trying to fight. And again, I need to make it clear, you're not like this all the time. It's when they trigger that point, all the planet, all of that stuff, when the emotional overwhelm comes over, we go straight back into how we always think about it. It's not working. They're wanting you to go through this, clear and purge of this, to reawaken your lost hope. But make that permanence, because every time you have this meltdown emotionally, I don't want to say meltdown, it's activating for a reason. It's like you have this, right? And then I think you reawaken lost hope for a little bit. Okay, but then again, straight back to it. We want to make that permanence. It's not that you don't believe all the time. It's when you're triggered. Okay. Still too much dependence on them, even with all the damage that's been done. So you're still not completely seeing yourself. Yeah, they want this bloody 11-11 too. So this whip energy, argumentative, fighting, I don't want to say abusive, but painful, doing it again, over and over, anger, repetitive. It's the repeated emotion, and I promise you right now, especially seeing this, the chaos, the fighting, the da-da-da, you think you're ready. Until they see that this will really heal and it's not going to end up being truly ignited and chaotic and you get your heart broken again and repeat it, they're not going to release it. Divines are different to karmics. Karmics you can call 1,000 times and manipulate them back. Divines, not a chance. Once those veils are on, all you've got charge of is your healing, your birthright. That's it. And as you evolve, as you grow, as you truly heal, it's them that has control of your veils. Remember that. So focus on, I say it all the time, what broke your connection apart? Until that's healed, you're not getting anywhere. You need to write a list. Was it jealousy? Was it trust issues? Was it your argumentative nature? Was it addictions? Was it karmic interference? Was it parents? Was it friendships? Was it cheat? Like, you need to write a list of what interfered in the past, and you need to be honest with yourself. You need to go through that list and be like, okay, have I healed that? Have I stopped that? Am I changed with that? Am I? Because if you're writing no, it's your energy. It's your energy that's stopping it. That's the stuff that needs to be focused on healing. Okay? Everything that was a detriment in the past with this connection, it would have been a detriment your whole life. They're your mirror. They are literally your mirror. They reflect to you what you need to heal and what's been holding you back from a child. So everything that was illuminated first, have you healed it? Be honest with yourself. Write that list. Put that list of what you want to heal. Put a list of the person you've become and do a list of what your true needs and wants. Okay? And every day, just focus on what you can do to change internally to make you the best version of yourself. Don't stress about this person. Every time you stress, you're not believing in the divine journey. Everyone wants to say they're a twin flame, a divine, but they don't want to do the work that backs it up. It's like, I'll just put a label on it because I'm heartbroken, but everything it entails to actually come into a divine union, oh no, I'm the exception. Our love is so strong, this will just come back, but then this happens. No one's the exception. That's why you guys work in waves. That's why you guys have those similar stories, and it's absolutely magical, really. As readers who read the divine community, you see the magic with the personals, how similar everything is, how the cycles line up, the 9 months, like it's so universally magic. Focus on you, because until you get those things done, this is always going to activate in you and you're just holding yourself back. You don't want to be one of those divines that are in separation 5, 10, even 20 years. Okay? Deeply committed. New beginning. So I do think, you know me, I always give tough love because I just love you guys, and I know this journey's hard, and the last thing you need is a sugar-coated reader just blowing smoke up your ass. But you will get there. You will get that new beginning, that new perspective. Okay? "13th of the 10th, 11th of the 11th, 14th of the 9th. These are memories or birthdays. Okay? 4th of the 6th, 6th of the 4th, 16th of the 6th. We've got 33. A new perspective will arrive soon. This is finding you to shift this. Okay. All right, let's get into... Actually, just hold on 2 seconds. Just quickly want to get feminine's focus. What emotion does the feminine need to focus on clearing, please? feminines, what do you need to focus on clearing? Purpose. Your mission work. There's something here. Again, everything we say is for a reason. Relationship. You've got to stop. Okay. Your pride. It's your pride. It's your ego. It's the understanding. I'm not saying it's not divine, but you guys, especially that struggle with abandonment issues that lead to that more anxiousness, the more, I don't want to say anxious attachment, but people can deal with abandonment differently. And I feel this collective, unfortunately, facing the disappointment and the rejection, it really affects your ego. If you know it or not, it's your pride. Okay, you haven't won. You haven't got the closure, you haven't got the validation, and this adds to, am I crazy? Okay, it's your ego and your pride that keeps getting activated. So every time that this is coming over you, you need to ask yourself, take the label away from it. Why am I still so consumed with this standoffish, non-committal, not wanting to, the secrets here? Why am I trying to give myself excuses and reasons why this person is not returning to me? Because it's the excuses and reasons that you think are soothing your soul, soothing this. Well, it had to be because of that. It had to be because of that. This, it's your pride. Instead of just surrendering and saying, this fell to absolute shit. This would never have worked with them by my side. We were broken. We were full of trauma. I would not be who I am today without this heartbreak. I wouldn't be achieving the things I'm achieving. Thank you for hurting me. Thank you for betraying me. Thank you for walking away. Because you walking away, I've discovered myself. I don't need answers. The answers I get from the universe and through my purpose is enough. Every time this comes over you, you need to tell yourself, be stronger than your programmed mind. This is my pride. This is my ego, because I am not getting the answers that I feel my pride needs. It's so easy to get lost in the rabbit hole of emotion. You guys are stronger than that. That's why you've been granted this journey. This journey is gut-wrenching. This journey is granted to you beautiful earth angels, you earth warriors that have blood of fire and steel. Remember that. Don't let this win. Change the way you're speaking. I always say it's easy to get lost in it, but it takes strength to pull yourself up. It's mental discipline, and mental discipline equals self-love. I don't care what anyone says. Those moments you're breaking, you need to be strong enough to say to yourself, this is my pride and ego. I do not need the answers here. 66 days consecutively to create a new habit in your mind or in your life, right? Have to be on top of it. You can't do it for a day or two and then just give up on it, because this is what happens. Okay, you are stronger than your subconscious programming. Remember that. And I need to say this. A lot of you guys, and it's part of the journey, because that love motivates you, I get it. But when the feminines first activate into their mission work, their purpose, your relationship is in the forefront of your mind still. I'm doing this because I'm going to get this. This entails external union, but you need to break free from that shackle. So this is coming to my mind for a reason. Don't make it fit. I don't think you're always, I think you are transitioning, and I think you genuinely do love your purpose, and you realize that putting sparkle into others puts sparkle into you. The more you heal the world around you, the more healed that you feel, right? But you still get to the point of trigger. I've changed my whole life. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Where are they? When are they coming in? So subconsciously, crow sign. Subconsciously, it's still your relationship, your external union that is pushing your purpose. You haven't completely surrendered and realized this isn't for my external love. That's just a topping. And like I said, it's not you all the time. Oh no, this is just for them. But it's when that trigger point and the armor comes up, this is the questioning. It was never about them. It was always about you. Okay? And when I say things like this, people are like, well, then why would you do it if you're not doing it? Like, you're still so stuck. That's not my point here. I'm not saying that they'll never cut. It's a bit, the way I speak, it's so you release it. If I'm there saying to you, focus on your purpose because it's all about you, but then they'll come back. It's stupid. When I tell you guys, focus on yourself and your purpose and serving this place, because true divines, we're servants. We're servants to the broken. We're servants to the vulnerable. Okay, that's why we're here. And if that doesn't make sense, sorry, you're not on this journey. True divines know this. So again, when I say that to people, and I see it in the comments all the time, and you're that triggered, you're not seeing this journey right, or you're just maybe more towards the start of your separation. I speak it like that because I want the right collective to lose the attachment to that, because that's your pride, what you're trying to break free from, your subconscious programming. But for the feminines, that's your main focused energy that needs to shift. It's affecting your solar, so it's affecting your confidence, and this is affecting your third eye, okay? You're lacking confidence here, especially to yourself and to your team. Trust. Okay. I just want to see what angel is watching over the feminines right now. Can't say it, Bardiel, but 13, surrender to the divine. Okay, offense and defense. Hail Mary, pass, take a risk, reincarnation, grants a long life. I hope you find courage to do the things you are afraid of and help you pull off the impossible. Remember, it's I'm possible, not impossible. No cause is lost. So 2 months, onyx. Maybe you need to wear onyx right now to protect your energy. Pray for guidance. They're saying, speak to us. We're here to guide you. You're not speaking to us. They will always answer you. Always. And the best way to do it as well, of course you can speak to your team in your home, of course you can, but I find people that are restless, and I give this example, 44, I give this example a lot. If you are feeling restless and you can't sit still with no technology, without checking your phone, getting anxious checking your time or wanting to check your phone, like if you can't sit still in your own home without your mind racing, 1, you don't love your own company, believe it or not. But 2, try and do it outside. Get outside into nature, because nature grounds us, okay? And sit out in the moonlight. Sit out under the sun, okay? Or connect to your element. Take a candle outside. If you have a fire pit, light up a fire. If you're about water, I find people that are really water's their element, you tend to drift intuitively and live near the water, okay? Let it be a lake, a river, a beach. Get out into nature, your element, your water element, okay? If it's wind, the winds of change when it's raining. If you find that when it's raining or it's gushing wind outside, you can't help but go outside, okay? Doing little naked dances in the rain. Get out in nature. Speak to your team and they'll soothe you pretty much instantaneously. You just need to talk to them. Archangel of resurrection, fire of purification, holiness, truth and love, increasing your faith right now, overcoming addictions. I burn up blocks to ascend. I burn up blocks to ascension and truth, the energy of negative emotion into productive you can take. So amber and onyx, clearly the right collective. You might need to get your hands on that, or you've just bought an amber ring pendant. earrings or onyx. So you've got 2 months and you've got very soon, but you've got both here. Pray for divine guidance and ask for help. Both of these cards, they're saying talk to us. We want to help you. You just need to ask. Very nice. All right, let's get into masculine energy right now. All right. Hold on. Sorry, I just want to see what the feminines want to say to their masculine. Okay, is it true? I heard you were dating someone. Is it true? Please tell me it isn't. So the feminines are feeling that new love, that their masculine energy has moved on. And again, if you're not thinking this, you might be sitting more in masculine energy right now. Obsessed. I do think the feminines are obsessed right now. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time. I stalk your socials. Maybe you're checking profiles, opening Pandora's box, and you shouldn't. Or checking to see if you're unblocked. Stay away from that. That's energetically chasing. And I hope to run into you when I'm out. Maybe you try and look for them in crowded rooms, but it's simple really. How do I feel? I want you and us forever. So you do, the feminines have a bit of uncertainty if this person's moved on. Okay, one more. You feel like home. So you got it twice. You clearly lived with this person as well. But that's in your main energy. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and peace. You think that they do, but they don't. You think that they bring you so much happiness and peace, but look at the negativity you're holding on to. It's your pride. Yeah, you probably had beautiful times in your initial union, but all you have felt here through this separation is anxiety and pain. So you're lying to yourself. Even when it comes to the communication and the chaos and the forgiveness, you feel a hurricane. You feel chaos. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So again, your energy, because that's what matters. That's what the universe reads. They feel chaos, anxiety, stress, stalemate, non-committal, squirrel energy, tornado energy. But you're telling yourself, holy moly, I feel so much peace and serenity with this person. I was so much happier and lighter when they were in my life. No, they broke you for a reason. This would have been the most true divines. It's the most gut-wrenching thing. It's soul-shattering when you're literally, it feels like your soul's being ripped away from you in separation. It ain't peaceful. Sorry, I'm just trying to... And it's not about holding on to the... but it's not... This is your pride. This is your pride. This person hurt you. You need to own it, because this is why the right collective, you constantly excuse their shit. The more you excuse their shit, the longer your timeline will be. Stand up for yourself. This person broke you. And yes, it happened because of the divine. I get it. Doesn't matter. You've got more empathy for them and how much they've hurt you than you do for yourself, because you just want union. It will never work. You're walking on eggshells. You're masking who you truly are and the pain that you felt here. Okay? Sorry, I have to say it. All right. Now let's get into the masculine. Okay. We'll get these first. Masculine energy. How are they feeling for their feminine right now? I should say for their counterpart. That was the card that came out for you guys when I was like, I will be the one who loves you till the end of time. And the part didn't say, I love you. That's nice. Okay, so this is how they feel towards you right now. Clearing and healing karma. So you got that. Passion, you got that. Twin flames, you did get that, but you didn't see it, unfortunately. So they're seeing you glow and sparkle. Empress, error. This is how they're feeling towards you. So you're radiating. Rising up. something to do with pregnancy. So the right collective, don't make this detail fit. You clearly shared a pregnancy. They could think you're pregnant, or you could be pregnant. I doubt if you're a true divine. Oh, I guess some of you guys do end up moving on, but it's the first thing I heard, I'm feeling. I think they're going over a memory of pregnancy, or maybe this was the path you were on. You were trying to have a child. But as they're viewing you, they've got a lot of passion right now, just like you do. It's intensive. It's intense in their emotion right now. But I think this is more they're seeing you really heal. I think this person's really believing in your healing, especially with this rising up, this death, rebirth, strength. In their mind, your masculine's mind, if they're seeing you that you're sparkling, radiating, you're in Empress era, they're seeing you happy and fulfilled. So you might feel like you've got all this going on. They're seeing you as sparkling right now. Maybe they're going over passionate memories as well. I'm seeing someone looking through their phone. So the right collective, this person might have videos or, you know, kind of photos of you. They've probably kept every message you've ever written to them. You might not know that, but it's the reason I'm going back to your part where I said you might not realize why you had this intuition or this urgency to put this olive branch out, but it was something they could turn back to in their time of need. So that's making sense. I feel this person saves everything from you. Right person, wrong time. So they're still not completely... This is the clearing and healing. I think that they've always seen you as the right person, but I actually think this person's still sitting on the fence with wrong time. They could be going through some karmic things themselves right now. Okay, I want one more for that. Watching. So they are what? Of course they are if they're seeing you like this and rising up. So they're on top of your socials right now, which makes them hot and cold because it's not time. You can see it in the feminine's energy. Your focus is still blurring this a little bit. Okay, they're still hot and cold here. And this is probably why they check on you. Passion. Whoa, definitely intensity. That's about love bombing, but I see it that as an explosion of emotion underneath passion. It's driving them crazy. Like actually, I want to get these. Sorry, I'm being called to get these. I just want to see where this intensity is coming from. Passion with that love bombing, that's huge. Why is this person's emotion so intense? What are they going over right now? Triggered. Literally, I can't show that. I think I get flagged for it. But you got triggered. 77. They're triggered. So if they're seeing you as, they could think you're pregnant. There is something about you rising up and your sparkle right now that they're seeing. They're witnessing something here. It's triggering the shit out of them. I get so emotional when your name comes up or when I see something. And that's it. I'm hearing it. I'm going to say it. I find, especially my second wavers of twins, you guys really take the social media path. You normally end up being the psychic mediums, the divine readers. Like you speak a lot of this online, right? And a lot of you guys, because true divines, you glow. Like, who's meant to find you will find you because you're meant to align with the people that need you, right? And I know the population's only this much of true divines, but if you're a true divine frequency, your threads, you're here to heal the people that are just starting this journey or to change their perception, bring them in closer, because it's true divines that are going to change the world. All right, so you guys will have moments of ignition through social media, and everything happens for a reason. And I'm hearing, I don't know if you've just had a video that's gone very viral, or it's like this person, even when they try to escape you, you pop up in mysterious ways, okay? Or a friend will send your video to them or whatever it is. It's like every time something comes up to line them back to you. Okay. Up, or when I see something that reminds me of you, you triggered something inside of me that caused me to feel uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't understand. I feel this person's come across something of yours without even looking. There is something very intense that's triggered them right now. And if they're seeing you as glowing up, and I don't think this person's like locked eyes with you, even if not in the physical, I mean it through social, I don't think this person's seen you for a long time. If they're looking at you as now Empress Era, rising up, healing, and they're so triggered, it might have been a few months since this person's seen anything from yours. I find a lot of divines, you think that they're watching you like a hawk the whole time. You're too painful for them. When they're in avoidance, literally out of sight, out of mind. They do anything they can to avoid you, okay? They have little temptations of pull to come and check on you, just how you do them. But you guys think that they're watching every little thing. No, especially at the start before they're activated, they think you're crazy. They get sad. There's like, where did the person go that I fell in love with? Your spirituality scares them. It pains them because they're running away from their reflection. They're running away from their mirror. They're not ready to look in the mirror, you being the mirror, okay? Till they activate to the frequency, it's too much for them to bear. They put you in the crazy basket. So I think the right collective, something's happened of recent and it's just like literally triggering them. And this collective, you're in the middle of a trigger yourself. So another reason, they're really intense. 64, my favorite angel number, the white flag. I'm hearing that Dido song. What? I'm such a loser. You know what song I'm talking about. So the intensity, do I come forward and make peace? This is too triggering. Where are they in life? For some of you, I have a feeling they could be going over a pregnancy. Why do I think this person thinks you're pregnant? Like, you think they have new love. I kind of think they do think that about you as well. I'm ready to surrender myself to our connection. I will no longer run away from it and I will no longer deny it. I'm trying to trust the universe. But this is intense. This is overwhelming them and it triggers them. So they're like you. I think they come in and out of belief. Why are they so... Oh, the naughty thoughts. I told you. Everything I say, this person's got stuff of you saved. You might not... You know what I'm saying? You know those sneaky apps in your phone? Like the fake calculator apps and stuff? Or in Snapchat, you can lock away private things. There's something here. They've got so many things that no one around them knows. They're going through naughty thoughts. I can't help but want you physically, sexually, or mentally. And that's another thing. True divines, you hold each other on a pedestal. You're the bee's knees to each other. Other people don't get it. It's like you're... Anyway. You're all I think about when I'm alone and lost in my thoughts. The thought of you drives me insane. Truth. The passionate thoughts as well. But no. They're stopping themselves. So this is the hot and cold. They don't like what you stir up in them. You guys, the feminines here, a little bit, I will say, you're in a bit of a cloud. You go over all the happy, peaceful, oh, this was the safest day I ever felt. You felt like home. They're going over more that this broke me. This tore me to pieces. This shredded me up. What I was saying, you guys need to feel and remember. This is what they feel and remember. And this is why they keep putting the wall up with you. Which means, unfortunately, there's still a bit of blame here. You need that masculine strength. You need to see just how this person ain't silly. This relationship literally destroyed, remember, soul shattering. Even if it was their decision, it doesn't mean it was easy. Okay, veils. You guys need a bit of that in your energy right now. You're still stuck in the fog of, I need to love them more than I love myself. Because that's all it is. Excusing this BS. You love them more than you love you. Not healthy. Means you haven't healed your heart space properly. So even though there's all this intensity, because you trigger them so much, they're like, there's too much emotion here still. They don't like it. And charisma, I think, again, intensity, I think they think you're out there doing this, that, and the other. But also them. I don't understand our connection and the way I feel when I'm with you. I'm not ready for whatever this is. I believe it. I believe it. It's too intense for them. You've got a big, powerful shift but you mirror. You both go back and forth with it. You both need to, I can't handle this right now, so I'd rather not think about it. They try and shut you off, but the universe makes sure that they always align with you in some way or form. You need to trust them. You need to trust what they're working up there. They're creating magic between you both, but you don't feel it because you can't see it, unicorn energy. And also out of turmoil. So they could be going through towers right now as well. So when they go through good times, bad times, they always think about you. Okay. Twin flame. Wounded. So I always say she puts herself in an ivory tower a little bit. So I feel there's a bit of blame here. I actually feel, yes, they could be embodying a bit of that, lacking the vulnerability. But for some reason, I think this person really questions your belief. And again, the blame. They might think that you still feel a little bit entitled, that you don't really understand how much pain they went through. Not saying that's right, but it's just coming to my mind. You can't help someone's perception of a situation. There's no words that can change that. They need to go through it and grow and heal this outlook. I think this person still holds anger for you for how broken they were after this. Not that it's your fault, but you can't help it. And then they see you sparkle and glow and grow, and then they think, what the F? They feel cursed by it. They get bad luck, you get good luck cycle. So every time they've popped, you just glow more and more. Every time they see you, it's like your face, everything's, it's like every time there's change, and it overwhelms them. Oh. Oh, that's nice. They see your courage, your determination, your perseverance for life, the way you've risen up. Again, they see you as this hasn't affected you the way it has them. I think they question if you think that they're you. Okay, it's making sense in my mind. I question if you think that they are your twin, or if you, because remember I said the right collective, you're online. So I think there's sometimes whenever they've popped up around your energy, I think there has been moments that they believe that, you know, you're speaking about them, but then I also think it's like they can't be speaking about me. It has to be someone else. They must have moved on. Like, I think that they question in their mind if you believe them to be your person. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It probably sounds like word scramble. It makes sense in my head. Expecting. Runner. I think they think you're running. There's something here you got, and I see this a lot with you guys when you come into union. You get so dumbfounded. It's like you say this. They're like, but oh my God, you got the runner chaser journey here at the bottom. But they're like, but I thought that was you. It's like you really realize when you're coming into union the power of your mirror and the power of projection, the power of fear. It's everything that holds you back without you knowing, all the doubt, they feel the exact same thing. You think they're wearing a mask, they're avoiding, they're running. They think it about you in a very odd way. And this is also why they shut down even more and more. And you think to the start of your separation, and this might sound very relevant, it's the reason it's coming to my mind for this collective. right at the start of your separation, this person could have tried to come in a few times, but very blasé. And for you, because you had this whole, this is my twin, we're going to get the expectation you've created, right? Every time they came in, let it be that it was dry, or, you know, they wanted to see you, or can we at least be friends, or whatever it is, and you just kept shutting it down. For you, it didn't feel like they were chasing you. You just thought they were. But in their mind, they look at that as chasing. They look at that very sporadic communication is, I'm chasing this person. I'm putting the, as silly as that sounds, and that's what insecurities does. And again, your perception, you might not believe that. You'd be like, what? But again, you can't help perception. So this person's actually looking at you as, I think, more avoidant. And also, because remember the deviation about expecting, if you guys just before your separation fell pregnant, or, you know, they took off when you fell pregnant, or unfortunately you had a miscarriage or a termination, I do also think this person's reflecting on, how could I do this to that person, you collective, like where would our life be? That came to my mind as I was going, so that could be an important detail too. And maybe this is why, if when this person was coming, they were being very dry, they just didn't know the severity of the situation. I really do think this person left you so high and dry, but in their mind, they had you on a pedestal. They thought you were going to hurt them first, because this is normally what happens. So them leaving you, I think this person literally thought you would get over it, because they felt like it was going to be inflicted on them. That's the only reason they would have cut and run. So towards the end of your relationship, let it be it was very argumentative or very dry, or you were more of a detached kind of lover, you didn't start putting in the right effort till it was a little too late. I feel this person always felt like they loved you more, okay? So again, them putting this little tiny bit of effort in the start, for them, that could have been huge for them. And if you kept on saying no, or starting arguments, or the blocking button, or whatever it is, it made them stay firm in their boundary, because they felt rejected by you. Okay, let's quickly see, what's the universe is putting around them right now. And then we'll get emotion and messages from them as well. So there is third-party energy around them, but this could be, remember we said the list of all the interference, so if they're illuminating things in you that need to heal and change, it'd be the same for them. So they've got the white wolf, they've got the compass, third person, steady movement forward. There's a lot here. Oh, that's good. That's good. Bridge. Some stuff to get through first, but let's be real. Oh, that's good. Oh, they've got they've very similar. So when they get through this, just like you, the judgment, the clear purge, it's all to reawaken lost hope. Okay, these last four, amazing. These they need to get through. There is something your person is being called to trust in their inner guidance and have confidence when it comes to situations around them. I was hearing family and friends. It could be a love interest or a situationship, but I heard family and friends straight away. There's something this person is being right now seeking inner truth, their inner discovery. They're trying to really activate a plan for this person in life. So to get them on a new steady movement forward, there's things that need to be removed. So your person could be in a very karmic job as well, something that's holding them back, or working for family, friends for easy money, trying to take shortcuts. Why am I hearing your person could even live with their family? Like, moved in with siblings or something, or they could have moved in with a friend, or I don't feel your person lives alone. There's a reason I'm hearing home and third party. It doesn't serve them. Okay, I feel your person's very stuck, but they need to create some change in their life, so they're trying to get them to activate a new direction. They're really focusing on finding a path that's going to create steady movement forward. Until they have this and work on their stamina, resilience, and understand their worth, we're not going to get to this, okay? So they've got some towers they need to go through here. But as soon as that happens, we've got communication, uniting, connecting. They want to create harmony, compromise, overcoming the barriers. So again, veils, agreement, pact, cycle, contract, partnership, trust, alliance, commit, promise, bond, going over the unfinished business, the lack of closure, the judgment, clear purge, transformation, clean slate, heeding the call, total transformation. Then they're deeply committed, uncommon bonds, manifesting deepest desires, all in for what you love, reawakening lost hope, trust. That block would interfere in your relationship. You don't see what's going on in the rooms you're not in, but it's the rooms you're not in that matter. And right now, the rooms you're not in, chaos. You don't deserve this karma. And right now, especially this door that I'm seeing they're trying to open for you, maybe your person is not meant to align with that karma you're about to receive. The blessings of this, if you've been working hard and healing and this and that, you've got some beautiful things coming from that purple curtain. If they've been stuck and in karmic they've got to go through some not so good karma, some towers to evolve them, okay? But your karmic wheels don't align. And remember what we said before, you might think that you will never get distracted from your path again and but you can see how much you love this person. You love this person so blindly, you love them more than yourself, for the right collective. So if this person turns up with all of this baggage and destruction, you're not going to be able to help but get distracted, because you're just going to want to help them get through what they're going through. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to stop this person walking through this fire. You wouldn't provide them the lesson they need. Maybe they need to hit rock bottom. Maybe they need to claw their way out by themselves for once. You don't know why it's happening, but you need to trust, okay? Your karmic wheels have not come together in alignment, and that's okay. Trust the process. Focus on yourself. This is not going anywhere. That needs to be cleared. I want one more for that, please. Yeah, it needs to be handled with themselves. This situation they need to handle and be precise. They need to see through things. They need to get burnt by these people, whatever it is. There's certain details. This person needs to go through it themselves, okay? But they're seeing things crystal clear. They don't have their rose-colored glasses on in their environment anymore, especially if they keep seeing you glow, 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 achieve. You're activating them, if they know it or not, subconsciously to want more for their life. True love, it inspires us to grow through action, not through words. One more. Yeah, High Priestess, there's secrets that need to be revealed. There's things in the dark that need to be illuminated. And deep down, the right collective, I think you know it, Pisces. Why did I just hear Pisces? But this is all going to make them trust their inner knowing. Okay, past life knowledge, secrets, intuition. But this will be guarded and in the dark till it's healed. And as we're saying it, the purple curtain, Libra, Pisces, Libra, that could be important. The Justice card. So that Justice, that purple curtain in the back, that's our good and bad karma through life decisions, actions, and our karmic energy, right? That purple curtain carries from life after life after life. We embody the same trauma. This is why we talk about breaking the family cycles, right? But from generation from generation, it's always been embedded. It might sound like, no. This has blocked you life after life after life. So when we're healing and when we're going through that purple curtain, it's hard. And right now, their karma doesn't align with your karma. Okay? They need to go through this. And it's to build their strength. It's to build their confidence. I say this when I'm reading parents or, just people that have that problem-solving energy. You guys, it's like you just want to help. It's like if you're seeing a fire being created or someone's about to go through destruction or make a wrong decision, you guys come from a very good place. You just want to help and stop them from walking through that fire. But without walking through it, you'll never learn. Us as humans, we walk through it a gazillion times and sometimes still don't learn. So if you're trying to stop someone from their fire, you're stopping their growth. As hard as that is to hear. You can't save this person right now. They need to deal with this without your advice, without your guidance, because let's just say it is to cut out someone very pivotal in their life that's been there from childhood. And then you're giving advice and this and that without you knowing, from a broken relationship, and then you're trying to guide this person with advice to remove it's gonna cause resentment for you over time without you knowing. It's something they'll hold on to for years. If I never got back with you, that person was still, as soon as things start to get too comfortable, you need to try. And I say this a lot with you guys. When they do return, if they're talking negatively about family and friends, don't add fuel to the fire. When you connect to one person, you connect to their whole life. Okay, you connect to all of their trauma, all of their baggage, all of their people. Last thing spouses should do is talk negatively about someone's family and friends. But because you love this person so much in this moment, and you haven't completely maybe healed that quality in yourself, this person came in and talking shit, you would add fuel to the fire. Just trust. And then we've got, it's just stuck right now. More self-sacrificing and sacrificing needs to be done. It's not there. It's just stuck. Because you both have things you need to move on from, emotionally, physically. All right, let's see what emotion the universe is trying to get them to focus on. Success, literally, stop it. So they've got to focus on success, the right path. They've got to relive this ending in the right way and end things in their life in the right way, because they still blame a little bit. And this will help them work on their courage, okay? These need to improve. They need a different direction. And unfortunately, especially if they see so much success in your life, they need to embody that themselves. You guys say, I don't care if they've got 5 cents to their name. I don't care. I just love them. You're crazy. You guys, to be able to sit in your feminine grace and glow, especially back to what we were saying before, if your dominance, if your authoritarian nature, if this was a detriment in the past, if this person felt demasculated by your strength, they need success behind them. If a woman is more successful than a man in a relationship, and I don't care what anyone says, you take the alpha role. It's how it works. If you are the provider, you end up being the protector. This specific collective, in the past, this was clearly an interference. So until they find their success that helps them stay in that alpha energy, so they can come into you and help provide and protect you, you're not changing that dynamic. You need a beautiful yin and yang in a relationship, okay? Can't have two yangs. It's too dominant, too aggressive, too argumentative. It doesn't work. You can't have two, it's too sensitive, too emotional. You need a balance, okay? And I'm not saying that women can't have the masculine role in a relationship, but the man needs to feel comfortable to sit in the feminine. This collective, your person clearly doesn't. They want to be an alpha. If you're a boss woman, right, and you connect to more of a feminine man, but they're comfortable, they don't feel demasculated, they're more metro, they love it, right? It's not going to affect your relationship. This dynamic, it will. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You have to have a balance, otherwise it becomes toxic and frictional. So they need to work on their success. They need to end out things in their life, and they need to reflect on this ending properly. They still hold blame. And they need to work on their courage. And their courage comes from being proud of themselves. Right now, they're not proud of themselves. I want one more for them, because I keep hearing blame. I would just want to hope they're not blaming anymore. Regret. So they still have they do have regret, loneliness. So they've got to transition out of this. They're in long suffering. So They might desanitize a little bit. I keep going back to that expecting and run out. This person does have a lot of regret and shame for something, and I think this person, that's the right for the right collective, don't make it fit. They abandoned you not just through your activation. I think this is one of my collectives. I've got about 3 or 4. You lost everything. You lost your home, you lost your job, you lost your fur babies, you lost a pregnancy. And I always say, when you guys activate, it's the last bit of trauma that your poor little vessel can take. And just losing a child in general can activate someone. But if you lost your divine, the other part of your soul, you lost your home, you lost a child, like you are, like when I said soul shattering, this collective, you went through the most painful time of your whole life, and this person left. So they would have regret for it, okay, and shame. That's something they need to get through, something they need to own. It's a heavy emotion. Heavy emotion, and your person's full of sadness right now, which creates doubt. I'm surprised doubt didn't come out for you. Oh. All right, let's see what angel's guiding them right now to give them strength. Haziel, angel of unconditional forgiveness. Loving encouragement, mercy, fights evil, non-judgmental, sees only inner innocence. So they're cracking them open to see the situation at hand properly. 10, completion. I raise your vibration through love and forgiveness and help you see the pure heart within yourself and others. Topaz, within 3 weeks, ask their angels. So again, they need to communicate more with their angels right now. 16th of the 10th, 16th of October could be important memory or birthday. Rick Biel, ruler of the divine chariot. Beautiful. Movement, dynamic action, coordination, teleportation, fights and defeats chaos. Beautiful. I shelter you. So they are going to go through a storm. They are going to go through more ignition, but they're being called. It's going to be a reflection of their behavior, which is going to make them see the situation at hand properly, what's going on in their environment, which is going to make them reflect on the damage that they inflicted here with you. We've got to transition them out of blame, right? This is powerful. I shelter you from storms and show you how to use your Merkaba to become a chariot of the divine power. Smoky quartz, the next full moon, and it says go. Okay, I want one more for them. That's beautiful. Without seeing this properly, without forgiving themselves, they'll never be able to forgive you. They need to go through what they're going through, and it's coming in powerfully. Raphael, I can say him, the healing angel. Okay. Okay, the bringer of prosperity and abundance, their success. So the angel of success is around them. Perfect. I feel they're transitioning out of a karmic job right now. This is good. Prestige, feeling good, opulence, splendor, hope, wealth, generosity, luck. I help you tune into the higher octaves of abundance to magnify good things in your life. Gold, Thursday, they're manifesting. So 5th of the 10th. So we've got 6, 7 and 6 is 13. So again, that was your first card. 13, surrender, for masculine energy. Beautiful. All right, let's see what they want to say. Still listening, so music. I'm sorry. They do want to apologize. There's still a lot of regret though, spoiling you. That's why they want success as well, to give you a good life. They want to be able to provide for you. Oh God, I listen to the music you've shared with me. It helps me. Music came out for you as well. The feminine with you, although we are apart. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. They're starting to realize. They're starting to bring the innocence back into the situation. I want to give you a good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips. Everything you could have ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. If you are sick of being in your masculine in life, you can't be that person that says, oh, I will take them with 5 cents to their name. I would live in the bush with them. I don't care. You will never come out of your masculine strength. And this collective, you want to sit in your Empress glow. You want to be provided and protected for. And if you are thinking what I just said, oh no, I don't care, I will be in my dominance, then you will always be in that dominant role when it comes to love. So be very wary of who you're attracting in, okay? Because you will always, if you sit firm in that dominance and don't want to sit in your feminine, you will, to have a thriving relationship, need a very feminine connection. Just letting you know that you do provide for them and take care of them, and then they'll stay at home and watch the kids while you're out being a boss. But you need to be aware of energy. But for this right collective, you want to sit in your Empress. You're sick of paying everyone's way. You want someone that brings to the table what you bring to the table. It's not about bringing more to the table. It's just you want equal give and take. And that's not bad. I'm acting like I don't care about what's happened between us, but I do. I just appear unbothered. They care too much. It triggers them. You're their favorite. Run away with them. Not good. Nice card written, but it means they still like to run. They see a fire. I'm going to go to where's safe. They've got to learn to solve and heal the fire. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. One more. Unblock me. There's something about blocked energy. Why do I feel they have you blocked? You could have each other blocked, but this is also about energetically blocked. You're both energetically blocking each other with your in and out. Okay. I just want to get these love oracles from the universe for you guys. What you just need to trust in right now. Okay, manifesting miracles. Stop it. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Truth. Reflection, the mirror. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust in your miracle. Just give each other space. Trust and have faith that everything is going to work out for the best. Just let it be. Focus on you. Give thanks for the blessings of love to soon come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have everything that your heart truly desires. Again, they're protecting you both. They want this to thrive. They don't want you to go through pain again. Trust them. Trust them. Release the time. Maybe you got beautiful blue eyes, or your person does. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean, and you know it. It's just when the left side of your bloody brain comes in. One more. New beginning will arrive. Trust. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dream. This doesn't seem too far away. You just have some little tweaks. I'm not going to lie, I'm hearing May, but I'm not going to tap in. You don't need to focus on future. I'm hearing May though. Okay. That whole reading. Oh my God, stop it. You got the silver and pink, so you got the love and the perseverance spell. Just keep persevering. Your love is coming. You could have just bought some bells, witches' bells, or a new pet collar. Trust in the divine. Your golden elixir. You both are cracking into your pearl, which is beautiful. Very nice. This could come in on a stormy night. Or when it does come in, it's going to be unexpected and rapid. And this is a very quick moving charm for me. So just focus on remember your projection. What you put out, you'll call in. They're saying focus on that beautiful golden elixir that penetrates through you. Trust us. We've got BRH, P and J. All right, let's get some dates. So important dates, memories, birthdays, dates coming up. Write them all down. Okay, 10. Completion, not far. 5, the fifth portal, and then that just went to 16. So 16th of the 5th, 7th of the 5th, 5th of the 7th, 50. Angel number 64. Oh wait, 654. 654. 3, 2, 1. 4th of the 5th, 5th of the 4th, 6th of the 1st, 1st of the 6th, 4th of the 6th, 6th of the 4th, 20th of the 4th, 16th of the 5th, 20th of the 5th. This month in May is important for this collective, so just trust. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful day.